What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to jump in and see what the early access story trailer has in for us. We're going to watch it fully and then we're going to break it down to see what hidden details are in this trailer. So turn the volume up and let's watch this.
And we're rolling. Take 52.
This is Sloan Beaumont speaking. Yes, from the commercials. Ominent spokesperson, chief strategy officer, and you know what, I'm just gonna say it. Friend. Listen, I was given the chance to run a massive clandestine research project out of the local park. And the work that we are doing is, how do I say this without saying it? It's scary. I shouldn't say it's scary.
That looks ominous.
Our team is doing it new Ominent style, baby. So, no leaks. No teens. Just calm, cool science.
So it looks like spiders, mice, and insects are going to be inside the big base.
We've heard your requests, and we are proud to announce that we are so close on so many exciting developments. It hasn't been easy. Yes, the fatality rate for our employees seems bad, but you know, if you do compare it to other city park miniaturization research programs, it's really not, you know, forget this. Can we, maybe we don't use that? But we're Ominent. We're strong. We're normal.
Is that the first look at the spicy
It's
stuff?
going to be amazing. Okay, when you see where this whole thing is headed, you are gonna smile and shake your head and think, I can't believe she did it. Or we did it. You'll be so proud to have been there from the beginning. You might even, you know, feel something.
All right, cool. So that was the early access story trailer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the volume completely down and end up taking the playback speed and dropping it completely. So we're going to go through and break this down piece by piece to see what we missed. So one thing I did not notice was that, of course, we have the statue right here that is of Wendell and Burgle, but also on Wendell's hand is the 14s. So that's a nice little detail. Looks like we have another socket that's probably going to have a milk muller on top of the plug right here. And yeah, this game just looks phenomenal. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Nothing much to see in this one except for like the icy zone is like to the left of this Ominent lab. If this is the spawn area, that's going to be to the right. It's going to be very interesting to see the icy biome in this game because we didn't get it in Grounded 1. We did get under the shed, but of course it was just a regular biome. And then we get a look at Sloan Beaumont. Sloan Beaumont is the new director of Ominent. I don't really know how I feel about her. I don't know if she's going to be supposedly a good character or a bad character or an evil one, just like how Director Smector was in the first game. So that's going to be very interesting to see how the story unfolds with Ominent being a quote-unquote good boy company now. But there were some scenes in this that flash by pretty quickly, so let's see if we can stop it on that scene so that way we can see the details and stuff. So this looks like it's the full map of the park. Looks like we do have a playground area that, of course, we don't have access to at this moment. That will be coming in later. From what I know from the map size that we are getting, it's going to be the same size as the full entire backyard in Grounded 1. But this map is 3 times the size. So it looks like we're only going to be getting this left corner right here, and then everything will be unlocked throughout the early access, which I'm very, very excited for. The fact that as a community, we have a say in a sense of what could potentially be added into the game, which is going to be something that I'm going to be heavily commenting in, because there are a lot of things. And here's a better picture right here of the 4 teens on top of Wendell's hand. Looks like we got the Billy Hog stand. From the trailers and everything, it looks like this is actually like one of the big labs that we're going to see, probably a boss fight. Don't really know. It looks like, this is just the grassland that is by the statue, and then we have the stand that Wendell was talking out. And then it looks like we got the picnic table, and there's not much grass over here. It looks like it's just dead roots and dry grass and stuff like that. So and there's a charcoal pit right here. So we finally get a look at the charcoal pit. So spicy or hot zones are back, which is going to be dope. We do get to see a scene later on where they were fighting a cockroach in it. I think that's very, very, very cool. The aesthetics in this game are really nice. Speaker box. So yeah, this is definitely to the right side of the map where the ice cream cart gets spilled over, and inside there's scorpions and stuff like that. This might be a POI for a lab potentially, or even a boss fight, maybe a scorpion boss fight, I'm thinking. Looks like we got a flower garden right there. So this looks to me like it is a bottle rocket. Almost like a firework. So that's pretty interesting. Just looking for details that potentially were missed in this. Looks like we got a Billy Hog, almost like a rubber ducky toy in a sense. This is the trash can where the toxic zone. So it looks like all the elements are back in the game and everything, which is pretty interesting. I don't know what this is right here. And this, oh, hey, look at there. We got the full map. Full map displayed. Awesome. Looks like we got a 514. Don't know what that code is. Burgle silence itself. Can't really tell what the name, like all the papers say. But hopefully they hold some kind of significance in the story and everything. It does look like we are able to climb up this all the way. So this might be one of those like burgle antennas that we activate in Grounded 1, to where it's like a research thing where we have to climb the stand. Yeah, we've seen this ice cream cart zone in pretty much all the trailers. It's one of the biggest things inside Grounded 2 right now is a new biome. So it looks like we got a resource analyzer inside this dome-like structure. Looks like we got orb weaver legs right here. Yeah, this looks to me like the assistant manager boss fight room, because you've got the Tesla coils in a sense that shoot lasers and of course electricity. So this might be another assistant manager-esque job, boss fight, whatever. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see what they add. Of course, orb weavers are back in the game. Looks like there's a ominous data log right there that we're going to be able to pick up. I have noticed in other trailers that there are some research files that we can pick up as well, but nobody has picked them up, of course, because it's a story. There's ominous beds. There's a water cooler. Looks like there is a recording right here on a tape. So, and then there's resources that we can pick up. That looks to me like bandages and things like that. It looks like we're on level 2 of this lab. So this might be the lab that's inside the Burgle statue that has different levels to it. As you know, Burgle is not with us in this game. He is in the playtest demo that somebody had, Max ended up saying a line of Wendell went crazy and then the park exploded, meaning in that chaos, Burgle's head got detached from his frame. So, and then we got, again, larva. Oh. And this looks like the, what does this say? Duct tape saddle? Okay. So this is probably the lab where we actually end up getting the recipe to make saddles for the red ants, because this is the red ant soldier egg. It looks significantly different from the actual red ant egg. This one's more colored in a sense of like a yellow gold in a sense, and the regular one is just white. This is the crawling. Okay. Slow it down there. Slow it down. All right, let's see if I can stop this. Okay, so right there in that little corner scene, if I can review it. Right there. Yep. It's like a slight flash. Right here. Okay, so there is a research note that we can pick up. So that one might be an actual research note, or it might be the actual recipe for the soldier ant saddle. Because I don't think when we ever get the buddy, when we get the egg and everything like that, I don't think it's going to automatically unlock the saddle for the buddy. And then right here we have another ominous tape that we can listen to. Bug brain surgery on here. Oh, this is going over to the description of the orc. The orc antennas that go on top of the insects. Orcs are back. Don't know who's controlling them. It could be Ominent, or it could be somebody else, because it does say that there's a person in the park that remembers you from the backyard, and the closer you get to finding him out, the closer he will come to showing himself. Looks like we got a soldier ant, and there's that pink, that purple goo or paint that's plastered all over Ominent's labs in the park, as you can tell, because there's a symbol. Don't know what the symbol truly means or anything like that. Looks like right here we have a design on the chest, which probably is indication of, yeah, we don't know who this person is. It looks like there's a, this is interesting, there's the pebblet hammer. We know now that it's the Ominent tool. It's going to be like a Swiss Army tool. It's going to have the axe, the hammer, the shovel, and the wrench on it. So these weapons, I don't think, are actually going to be in the game as accessible. I could be wrong on that, but we're going to have to wait and see. We have, right now, 6 more days until it comes out. Looks like we got some brittle whetstone for upgrades and stuff like that. This fan with a sprig in it. Don't know what that is, but interesting. Where'd they bury the other teenagers? Interesting. Okay, so this person is trying to figure out where the other teenagers went, or maybe it's a scene of, maybe this is one of the teenagers, the 5th teen, as everybody is speculating at the end of this trailer, we actually get to see a little bit of like a mysterious character. So that might be the mysterious stranger that we have to fight in Grounded 2, because we do get a mutation off of it from what we have broken down and seen in previous trailers. So this comment right here kind of makes me wonder if like maybe Ominent isn't bad, but this is the person that is trying to bring Ominent down fully, because Ominent was the ones that stole us in the first game, or kidnapped us and shrunk us down. And the 4 teens that were on the milk carton were the dead ones, where they didn't survive. And as you see that purple X on Sloane's face, so that definitely means that somebody is definitely going for Ominent as a company. As you see, we see a orb weaver here as well, and looks like it's underground in that tunnel where we can break down the roots with the soldier ant. The traversal with the buggies is actually going to be pretty interesting to see what all we can do and what other. So this is from what I've seen and the trailers and everything like that, this is supposed to be like the underground tunnel under the park that has the chemical spill, that has the like nuclear waste or whatever you want to call it, because cockroaches can survive. And looks like we have flares back, and this just looks ominous as crap. It's going to be terrifying to play, but it's going to be very, very, very fun, especially with the group. This is our look on the new Ominent Scabby V2s. They're color coordinated, actually. On Ominent's Twitter, they ended up posting the colors for all of the teens that you can actually see. If I'm not mistaken, the yellow one is Max's. The pink one is Willow. Blue is Hoops. Green is Pete. So it's going to be pretty interesting for the most part to see if we can actually customize this, because in the Founders Edition that's coming out, we get exclusive skins. So I don't know if they're going to be armor, where they're going to have armor set, or the armor sets are going to have like passive abilities or active. Looks like we had a slight little bug on the lens right there, or maybe I'm just tripping. Yeah. Get a better look at the lab that's inside here. Looks like they have cameras all over the park, just like in the old game. And then, see, this is interesting. I don't know if this is where we will be spawning in the game, because this table looks like the table, or not the table, but the chair that's in Grounded 1 in the cutscenes, when it's showing us flashbacks on how we became shrunken and was in Wendell's backyard. Ominent took us, strapped us to a chair, used a shrink ray on us, and this, that, and the third. It looks like this is the same technology and stuff like this. So this might be the actual spawn area, which means, yep, okay, yeah, this is a spawn area. Cool. All right. So we're actually spawning inside of a lab instead of in a suitcase like in the previous games. And it looks like this is the elevator that we keep seeing. This is level 10. Hang on. Please. Dang. So there's multiple. There's more than. Because in the previous trailer, we got to see like 5 levels and stuff like that. So that just confirmed that there's a lot more levels in this area than what we presume to be only 5 levels. So that might be the major lab that we have to work into. And then we get a closer look at the park again. We got the speaker. Don't know what this is. It kind of looks like an Etch-a-Sketch to me, but I'm not too sure. Looks like we got a Wiffle ball like we had under the porch. And here it looks like we're under the red ant lab or heel to where we can actually see right here in the lights. This is going to be the egg that we steal to get a buggy. And right here, it looks like it's another folder for some research and stuff like that. So we're going to have to keep looking out and seeing what could be potentially. And here is new armor. I don't know what that is. That is a brand new mask. Looks like we get the new mallet, spear. Yeah, that's a new one on me. It might be the gnat. Here's a look at the hatchery. So that's a better look at the hatchery. You can tell it's more like an acorn top on top, and then acorn bottom, and then probably some stems. Yeah, I really want to know what that mask is. Then, of course, we see, as you can tell right here, the fatality rate of her employees being shrunken down are high, and there's one of them. We get to see multiple of Ominent's workers in the backyard. Here we get to see a bicycle at the park and a scorpion coming out of the ground, so they're kind of going to act like how larva did. And then here's the new mantis. Yeah, that I don't know what that is. It could be a cockroach, maybe. I just can't tell with the goo coming out of its eyes and the top of the head. It's kind of interesting. And then we get a better look at the butterfly. Same attack patterns as the moth. There's the stink bug again. This is probably, yeah, this is right by the billy hog. And it looks like Rust is back. The weevil. And here's the ladybug. The new design for the ladybug does look pretty nice. I don't like the teeth that is in front of its mouth. It is kind of terrifying. Yep, this is the first look at the spicy staff, and that's new armor. That is different armor for the spicy staff. It's got a red gem. Red, yeah, they got red gems all in the gauntlets, the headpiece and the chest piece. And then shoots off. Oh, that's cool. When it hits, it shoots off the spicy shards from the hot chachas. That's pretty interesting. It looks like this is the charcoal zone. Get to look at the rogue build, the dual wield. Another scorpion fight. And this is the first look at the new Gnat mask. So this is a new armor. Chest piece. Okay, so this chest piece does look like a cockroach to me. Maybe that headpiece that we saw earlier was the cockroach headpiece, but this is the new Gnat headpiece, which does look pretty awesome. we get to see a look at the video camera. It looks like there's a cave entrance under the video camera. So that's going to be pretty interesting. I know there's probably going to be a lot of underground levels here. Again, another look at the cockroach mask, possibly. The first look at, in a sense, the caterpillar interacting with you as you're walking by. And the radio. These new steps look amazing. Amazing. The fact that the building got revamped and everything. Oh, it's going to be so much fun building. Looks like they kept the original design for the workbench. Didn't need to be changed anyway. And then here's the charcoal zone where we fight another cockroach. Now this is reminder of the hamster that's in the original backyard. You know, we had the skeleton back there and stuff like this. But it looks like this right here, the mouth, is an entrance to either maybe a lab or a cave or maybe a boss fight. But there's multiple skeletons down here. So whatever this area is significantly going to be a boss fight arena. Because the amount of skeletal remains that are in the wake of what's down there. Looks like we got some raw science under the tire of the bicycle. Looks like first look on this trailer of the Orb Weaver buggy, which we are not going to have access to until the end of Act 1. Roughly about the end of Act 1. Looks like this scorpion has a different color as well. So there's going to be different colors for potential like scorpions maybe. Looks like there was a milk molar back there. Let's see if I can stop it on time. Yep, there is a milk molar right there. That's by the picnic bench. We got sour wormholes back, hot cha-chas, a gum nugget, and another instance of fighting a mantis. Looks like there's a gum nugget stuck inside, like a gum piece stuck inside this pine cone. So pine cones are back. So it looks to me like all the resource from the first game are back in the second game, but there's probably going to be a lot more. I'm hoping for more salt weapons because we didn't really get that many salt weapons. Looks like we got some spider web right there, probably to get some bug parts because these are perfect in the first game, probably going to be in the second game as well, to get tier 2 bug parts for upgraded stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much the trailer except for this little sneak peek at the end of whatever this teen is, because we'll break it down. So right here, to me this doesn't look like the park. To me this looks like the original backyard, Tully's backyard. And the reason why I say that is mostly because of the mixer. Do I believe the mixers are going to be back? Yes, but do I think these are going to be this, like, to me this just looks more of like the backyard than the actual park. So, and it's looking to me like the receivers that are on top of the insects that are controlling their brains are actually cameras as well. So whoever is doing this is watching us throughout the whole entire time we were in the backyard. My speculation was the crow. I had a speculation that the crow was pretty much like a drone or a camera, or it had something to do with watching us the whole entire time in the backyard. But I see that I am wrong. It's clearly the orc receiver that is on top of their head. Um, you see a ladybug with it, a stink bug with it, and then we get a first look at whoever this mysterious stranger is. As the camera focuses, you see the original Scabby and the Scabby V2, and then a sick looking armor set that we still have yet to see. Don't know what this armor set is, where it's at, this, that, and third. The only thing that makes me think this isn't the actual backyard is this little bush right here with the flowers. So this could actually be in the park. I'm not too sure. But to me, this is not one of the 14s that we play as. This is definitely the mysterious stranger. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see where this person ties in into the game. So yeah, it's just, and there it is. That's the trailer, coming July 29th. So that is literally in 6 days. I will be doing a 24-hour live stream. I will be playing this game for 24 hours straight. I'm going to be starting off with a couple of friends, and then I'm going to go into a solo world, and we're just going to play the game, enjoy, talk, and see what everybody would want inside the game going forward. Also, on the 29th is when they are also releasing their roadmap for the game to figure out what is actually coming in the future of Grounded 2. So stay tuned, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.